Welcome back, Troglodytes, to another episode of the Trogley's Guitar Show. Today we have a 335S Deluxe. This is the highest end 335S you could buy. These are kind of unknown guitars, but, you know, kind of a cult classic if you know about them. Now these are extra special compared to all the other 335Ss for quite a few different reasons. These are the only ones that got the mother of pearl Gibson logo. And they have the black headstock veneer instead of just being all walnut / mahogany color. They have a truss rod cover that reads Professional 335S Deluxe. Now what's kind of unique about this model is the Deluxe actually ranks higher than the Custom, which is usually not the way Gibson goes. These came stock with a brass nut because that was the in thing back then, and they have an ebony fretboard, which is just amazing. It's nice to have the ebony on these. And they came in a beautiful finish. These either came in silver burst, there's some sunburst ones out there, and then there's also some wine reds. They came stock with dual Tim Shaw era dirty finger humbuckers, which are factory coil tappable with this little switch here. Besides that, these are all mahogany guitars. That means mahogany neck when you're still kind of in the maple neck era of Gibson, as well as a mahogany body. Now I'm really confused because Gibson reissued these in 2011 and they made them with maple necks and maple bodies, which makes them incredibly heavy. We're talking, I think my last one was 11, 12 pounds, something crazy like that. So I definitely suggest hunting down an original because they're generally about the same price, maybe a little bit more if you want a nice fancy one like this one, but they're a lot more manageable weight-wise. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this guitar. We'll take a look at the face of the headstock. You can see you've got some very light wear and tear to it. Some string change scratches, some light dust, fingerprints, but nothing too bad. The tuners function really well. Another thing I forgot to mention is this is the only model that got the standard metal tips. All the other ones that came before this, the Custom and the Standard, got these pearl tips, which were kind of unique. Again, the truss rod reads Professional 335S Deluxe. Ebony fretboard is in great shape. I just conditioned it. And the frets are in good shape as well. There's a little bit of light fret buzz, but overall it's not too bad. You might want to set it up to your own liking, but I didn't have any problems playing this guitar. Now the body does have some wear. This is probably one of the worst spots right here. It looks like maybe the case fell on it at one point in time and kind of dinged it up pretty good there. And you've got some scratches. I mean, this is a really clean one from afar, but once you start looking at it, you can see there's definitely some wear and tear. There's another area right there. But the silver burst finish has not aged that much. Usually these will start turning like a green color when the clear coat starts turning yellow, because that's just what it does with the silver undercoat, which kind of gives it its own unique vibe to it. I like it when they've aged just a hair. This one's still pretty darn clean, and it's the second one I've had that's really clean. And my last one had a little bit of orange peeling spot here, so I'm glad this one didn't have that, but I would say it has a little bit more wear just from being played. Take a look at the sides of the guitar here. Now one thing to mention is here by the input jack, there is a little bit of area of missing finish under it. It's kind of chipped away. And the strap buttons might have been changed. They look close, but I don't think they are original. Back of the headstock, serial number 81031536. Made in USA, Nashville made. You do still have the volute on these, which I like. I like the volutes. I think they just give the guitar a real professional feel. Beautiful silver burst finish on the neck. Now there is a little bit of stand wear right here, where it sat on a non-nitro safe stand and kind of burnt the finish a little bit. It's not too bad, but it is noticeable if you're looking for it. Back of the guitar also has the burst, and it's in pretty good shape. I mean, you've got a little bit of scratches and whatnot, but mostly just handling marks and wear and tear. Now on this comfort cutaway here, which I love, there is a little bit of area of missing finish here, where it kind of just is rubbing against the guy, just went through. Now most of what you see is just the silver undercoat, but there is a tiny area where it went through to the mahogany. But overall, I mean, this guitar is in good shape. I would say this guitar is not necessarily collector grade, but it's really clean for somebody that wants a clean looking player. The only reason why I say it's not collector grade is mainly this ding right here, this ding right there, the slightly missing finish under here, and the area of wear here. There's also a few small little nicks and dings around the side that just keep this one from being perfect, but overall it's in really good shape. So a 335S in general, would I suggest hunting one of these out? Only if you really love this body shape. They're more expensive than a VSG and a Vipal simply because they're just a little bit more rare. They're not necessarily better or worse guitars. So if you love this body shape, I highly suggest it, but I would say go after the custom model unless you have to have a beautiful finish and you want the ebony fretboard and you want the mother of pearl logo. Because those ones have a satin finish on them and I think it feels better to play. I mean, I love the look of Nitro, but it is a little bit stickier than, you know, that raw wood feel or the satin finish feel. So these are beautiful flashy guitars. I love them for the ebony fretboard, but I wouldn't necessarily suggest paying a huge premium for one of these. We'll take a look under blacklight here. You can see you've got some light clear coat wear on the top, but nothing too out of the ordinary on this one. Front of the body glows as it should. You can see once again those dings, likely from the case falling on it when somebody was putting it in. Just your typical edge wear. Speed knobs glow the way they should. Everything's good on the front. Back of the headstock here. Got, once again, your edge wear, but nothing out of the ordinary on this one that I'm seeing. Once again, there's that stand rash I was talking about. And the back isn't chewed up by buckle wear or anything like that. Sides, you got a little bit of clear coat wear right there. But I mean, this guitar's in very respectable condition for its age. A little bit of wear in the comfort cutaway, but this guitar weighs 7 pounds 15 ounces. This guitar does still retain its original Gibson case. You can see it's got some light wear and tear, but just average for how old it is. For whatever reason, these deluxe models, their cases are different from all the other ones, the standard and the custom. They have a latch that looks a little different than normal, but these still function just fine. As the custom ones, they kind of have a weird square, rectangular shaped latches that don't work very well. The latches work awesomely on this guitar. I'll tell you that. You've got 4 of them, none on the back or anything. But where this guitar gets a huge F is it doesn't fit the guitar. This case needed to be like this much longer, an inch longer, and then it would be the best version of this case. Because what's different about this one is it has this huge heel support right here, and that makes the guitar sit really high up. But for whatever reason, I'll show you here in a second, the guitar really doesn't fit in this case very well. Here we go. The guitar's in the case. Nice heel support here. It's great. Fits here. You got a little bit of wear on the case there, but whatever. And the neck gets super joisted up because of this thing. So the neck rest really isn't doing its job until this gets squished down. So you can see the headstock is boosted way up, but look at this. It doesn't fit within the given boundaries that Gibson made this case for. Now it fits within the outer boundary, but it's like you can't have any padding here. The guitar just doesn't fit. And it's not just this example. I think I've had 3 or 4 of these professional 335S Deluxes, and they've all had this problem with this case. I don't understand it, but I just thought I'd let you know. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. as far as protection, but you can see that's why you'll get some wear, because this case might drop on it. But it's quite a deep case, so I think they definitely took into account for that, but I really don't think Gibson designed this case very well. The cleans will be running through a Gibson Super Gold Tone GA30RV. The dirty tones come from a Marshall JMP 1C. Thank you, Troglodytes, for watching this review. This guitar is already spoken for, but if you'd like me to help you find another one, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, Trogoys. Thank you, Troglodytes, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.